Good morning. Good morning. What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Yeah, that's right. We're going to change things up a little bit today. And I'm going to pay my goddamn fare. I'm going to pay my toll. I'm going to tell y'all. So check it out. The reason why we're late is all because of me. That's why I have on my bathrobe still. I overslept, right? I overslept this old nigga shit. I'll be the first one to tell you. It was me. There's no outfit. Look, I got a fucking button up with the sleeves blown off this shit and a fucking robe, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all in advance, this is all Sunday morning coffee and conversation because of me. And it's afternoon to top the whole shit off. Plus, we lost a fucking hour, so a lot of things took place. I'll be the first one to tell y'all this is all me. So that's why I'm paying my shot. I know it's not really morning, but it's morning. So I am paying with a morning shot. Cash said no shots for him. He gonna do the coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Pause. I'm already drained. Pause.
Yeah. But Q said, I'm with you, my nigga. I got you.
I got you, bro.
So peace to our way of life. Hats off to all the tribe. And welcome to another episode of Real Sports Talk.
Salud.
That shit hurt because I taste that shit with toothpaste. So it's like, that was a rough shot. But I'll get out the way now. I apologize, and I'll let this resume how it's supposed to resume. Matter of fact, and shout out to Panera for their orange juice.
What's the Nas Nori joint? Drunk all by myself. What's the name of that joint? That shit.
That's Nas by himself though.
What's it called?
Drunk by myself.
That was me.
Drunk by myself.
That was me. Yeah, I'm thinking about Body in the Trunk. Yeah, Drunk all by myself. That was.
I didn't drunk. Yeah, it's Nas
I was drunk all by myself last night, just watching TV, hitting it hard, bro. And I got mad lick in the crib too, man. Oh man. I don't even know how I got up this morning, honestly.
I brought the shit with me. Like, that's how it is, yo. I brought shit with me.
I got up, you know, when you called me, I was still in the bed. I was trying to play it off. I was like, I had to force myself to get up. I went and got crazy Gatorade, a couple of Advils, took a shower, and I'm half here. You know what I'm saying? I'm half here right now, but this, like, you know, the show must go on. That's why niggas is like shots. I was like, I hit him with the Scooby-Doo shit. I'm not fucking with no shots right now, nigga.
Shots? Now it's Panera and Tito's. Fuck it.
There you go. You on with today.
Yeah, 1,000%. I'll be back in the bed by fucking by 2:30.
right after the show, he gonna be sleeping over his
back in the
bed. His hangover from being drunk today.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh man. Listen, anyway, I want to welcome y'all back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new #1 sports talk show. We are the voice of the streets. Allow me to reintroduce myself. It's your boy Cash. And you know those gentlemen right next to me is Q and my boy Jay.
Yeah, let's go.
We already know what's up. Oh man, that was some good shit though, man. I like this Sunday morning shit, man. It's got good energy. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm normally awake. Yeah. Normally today,
and you know what I think it almost coincides with, and I think it translates into us now not having to watch Sunday football, and this is how we divert that energy into doing this show on Sunday morning, because it's awesome because. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously, if there was Sunday morning football at 1:00, man, like we couldn't be doing the show, man. We got to be watching the games. You know what I mean? But you know, we got to divert your time and get your priorities in check and be utilized to our best of our knowledge. You know what I mean?
There's nothing better than a Sunday conversation about sports, right?
Yeah,
there's nothing better. You know, like if we all lived in the same neighborhood right now, niggas would pull up at each other's crib with breakfast. Yo, so let's break bread. Yo, you know, drink, talk sports, and then whatever game comes on in the afternoon, we'd end up watching that shit. So that's how
no
the shit
stress.
Down. Nah, it's no stress.
You know what I mean? No stress.
Fuck everything.
Yeah,
fuck all that good. Shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yo, we've been talking a lot of hoops lately, because that's what's really bubbling right now. But next week, I can only imagine, man, we're gonna have a busy week with all the legal tampering Monday, right?
Yeah.
And then the
Monday.
Fuck around, Giants might land a QB this week. Jets might land a QB. We don't know what's gonna happen. So there's gonna be a lot of things. There's been a little movement here and there, but there's gonna be a lot of things, going on next week. So next week should be fun on the football side of things. But we gotta, what we gotta talk, man. Let's set it off with the Knicks, man. I'm not gonna go into my normal.
I'll be back. I'll be back. I don't want to talk about this subject. I'll be right back. Right. You guys can just.
I knew that shit was coming. Fuck this shit.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'm about to join you, man. I'm like, shit, man. I don't even want to fucking talk about the Knicks right now, but we have to. And I've turned into the glass half full guy. I started out the season. It's weird because it kind of flipped, because Q and Jay started out like the glass half full guys, and I was the pessimist on the panel. And now I'm like, they've got a little disgruntled and pessimistic, and I'm like trying to be the optimistic guy. We can't all be like on suicide watch with these dudes, but listen, Thursday night, right? Let's bring it back to Thursday night. Thursday night, Brunson goes down in the game when under a minute to play. We were losing, but we were kind of coming back. It was a back and forth game. LeBron and Luka, they were cooking. Brunson was cooking. It was Lakers, Staples Center. Stars were out. It was a night. It was a movie. Brunson goes down when under a minute left to go, and the New York sports world, I feel like, was collectively holding their breaths. You know what I'm saying? Because it felt like, at least from where I was sitting, I didn't see it live actually. I saw the replay, but everyone hit me. It felt like the fate of the season was on the line. You know what I'm saying? He was, wincing and grabbing his leg, and it looked like a really bad injury. And then with the Knicks, we typically don't get injury reports right away for whatever reason. They kind of hold that close to the vest, and so they had the whole NYC, Tri-State, Connecticut, all Knicksville, like speculating. Is it a high ankle sprain? Is it is it a grade 2? Is it a grade 3? Maybe could it possibly be a break? Is the season ending? Is it going to miss the playoffs? 6 to 12 weeks, 2 weeks? Everyone was kind of like, we was going back and forth on the chat, like speculating what it could be. I'm talking to guys at work. I'm seeing guys in the street. I'm at the bodega. It's the topic of conversation. You know what I mean? Doom and gloom, right? Winds up being not as bad as we thought, not as great as we thought either. At least 2 weeks. To me, that means they're probably going to shut him down for the season. Maybe they'll bring him back like a game or two before the playoffs start. Maybe to kind of get him acclimated back into the flow of things, get his shot right, maybe get his legs a little bit right. I'm here to tell you guys, and I'm going to be quick on this. It's not doom and gloom. There's a silver lining to this whole thing, man. I actually think this is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? And hear me out because it sounds a little crazy when I first say it. Jalen, in my opinion, this is the only way he's going to get the rest up. I said this the other day in the chat with Tibbs there.
Only way he's going to rest.
Only way he's going to get some rest. He'll get the rest, get to heal up the ankle, heal up whatever little, nagging injuries that, plague NBA players throughout the season. You get banged up this time of year. We all play ball and stuff. It's a little nagging shoulder, knee, foot, whatever. Like I said, under Tibbs, players get fatigued, man. You know what I'm saying? With the excessive minutes. So he's going to get the rest. Now, picture a healthy, rested, energetic Jalen Brunson starting the playoffs. He already get busy, when he's fatigued and tired. Jalen Brunson's going to catch wreck. You know what I'm saying? It also gives, in my opinion, and a lot of people disagree with me. I had this argument at work. It gives some of the other players a chance to step up, a chance for them to build confidence. It gives the Knicks an opportunity to try to run the offense in different ways, maybe experiment with a couple little things. Everybody's been down on Mikal Bridges. It gives him a chance to kind of get his confidence back, get him back in his offensive rhythm. Because, I've been saying this for a while, and I think you guys agree with me. You got Brunson as the first option. Brunson and Cat 1A, 1B, whatever, however you want to say it. Some nights, mostly Brunson, but Cat's a big part of the offense. And then you got, a lot of times, OG, who's getting very aggressive with his shot. OG's been shooting a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's chucking. He can be the third option at times. And then Mikal wants to be in a fourth option. So, like we said, Mikal, I know people are down on him, and I think he is disengaged sometimes because you go from being one of the vocal points in Brooklyn, the vocal point, him and Cam with Thomas or whatever, to sometimes the fourth option and being a ball player. You be on the court and you got 3 other ball hogs on the court and you don't really touch the rock. You kind of just running up and down. Man, fuck this. I'm not playing no fucking defense. I know you're supposed to be a professional, but you get disengaged and maybe you don't get in the flow of the game. So I think maybe this gets to maybe this brings him back, gives him a little bit of confidence, gets him kind of back on track, so to speak. And then Towns has been banged up. Towns now has to step up, be the guy. You know what I mean? A lot of times, Towns, I know he's been banged up. I know we have the thing with his girl and the funeral. We'll get into that later, the old Draymond thing. But he's been banged up. He's been disappearing lately.
Lingering issues.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, OG, he's I think he has a little foot thing, but he's doing his thing. Let me ask you guys this. Jay, I'm going to go to you first, man. When you saw the Jalen Brunson thing, I know you were nervous. Do you look at this as a plus or a minus? And, give your take on the whole Knicks injury down the stretch.
I'm gonna do something that I've never done right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my hat off. I don't have one on, but I'm gonna take my hat off to you because the actual information in your diatribe just now absolutely has flipped and made me optimistic. I fucking like I fucking commend you. That was the best fucking
spin
to optimism that I have ever fucking heard. You, my friend, are the best. Like that.
Should be PR.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for that shit. Matter of fact, yes. Fuck that. Make some motherfucking noise for that shit right there.
Salud. Q's mad. He's already growling. He's already like some bullshit. Yeah. I want to be mad.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna be mad. Wait till it's my turn.
You can hear him. He's like.
Dark and hell is hot, Q.
As soon as I said that shit, Q was like.
I lost a friend as soon as you coincided with this.
Wait. Jay, before you go, one more caveat and one more plus. Possibly, and this sounds crazy, we might, if we fall behind in the ranks, we might get to avoid Boston in the second round. Now, Cleveland's no joke. I don't know if that's really a prize, but for some reason, I'd rather play Cleveland than Boston. Jay, go ahead.
No, I completely agree. Listen, everything that you said made 1,000% sense. I guess I needed to hear it because I've read it and I was just like, I was Q while I was reading it. I was like, but now listening to you, like so eloquently, verbalize it, it really makes sense. This gives Jalen an opportunity to rest. All of his other, injuries start to, get a little bit, healed up and rejuvenated. But the bigger piece of everything is it gives the other players an opportunity to build the confidence that they need going into the playoffs. Now they're having to play without him. So you start to gel and you start to, do things that you may not have had the opportunity to do in the event that the cap is on the court. So you'll start to see players like McCall step up. You'll start to see Deuce start to get a little bit more loose, going into the playoffs as he's playing a starting role as the point guard. Excuse me. There's also, like we discussed it yesterday, there's also talk about a 10-day contract bringing in
I forgot about that.
Bringing in PJ Tucker, right? Yeah. So if PJ Tucker comes in, he adds a much needed level of toughness. It gives him the opportunity to also step in right away and get cohesive with the group without it all having to go through Brunson. And then Brunson, with his skill set, he comes back, he can dish the ball or score whenever he feels like it. He doesn't have to really get comfortable, I don't think. Coming back, and again, they said it was 2 weeks. It was supposed to be originally there were talks that it could be a 3 would be 6 to 9 weeks, a 2 would be 3 to 6 weeks, and now they're just saying it's high, which again is scary because if it's high, it lingers, right? Yeah. So they're saying 2 weeks at the best, and I'm hoping that it stays that way, so so we can see him sooner than later.
And the high really means, for those who don't know, the high really means kind of just like the front of the ankle as opposed to like the side of the ankle. But go ahead,
Right. No, that's completely right. Which is crazy because the way he landed, you would have thought
he rolled it.
He rolled it, right? Yeah. And usually a roll gives you that side of the ankle or
that
inner
big lump
ankle,
on the side of the
big
ankle.
Lump, which is we've all had it as ball players, coming up in our career. Yeah. And that, that shit is a disaster. Like it's tough to walk upstairs. It's tough to, do anything with that. So the fact
that those heal a little bit quicker though,
they do. The knot goes down and then you start to feel a little more comfortable. But the fact that it was a high, which is like you said, more towards the front of the ankle, does make it a lingering injury, especially on a stop and go moment, because when you have a type of athlete like a Jalen Brunson that relies on his air brakes, you know what I mean? Like
off speed,
stopping on a dime, getting a defender on his back, things of that nature. So that, that creates a lot of
it's a great fucking point.
A lot of strain and wear and tear. But with that being said, I'm gonna throw it to Q because I want Q to go absolutely ballistic on this topic. I already can see he's angry. I see his eyebrows. So I'm gonna let him do his Q thing. And I'll step out the way. But thank you again for opening my eyes and enlightening me to the positives and the silver lining around this
whole. All right. We'll keep it on a positive Sunday note, right? I'm not gonna do No. Let me think.
I'm drunk right now.
right now. Yes.
I wish you guys could see my phone of what of what Cash texted me as soon as Jalen Brunson went down. Right, as soon as he went down with the ankle injury, probably like 45 minutes later, he texts me a whole article from probably WebMD that's saying ankle sprains are mostly due to fatigue. And what's crazy?
No, they could be due to fatigue.
They could be.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that Jalen Brunson doesn't even play the most minutes on the team. It's Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart. But you know what he does? He has the most heart. He's the captain. He scores the most points. You know, he has that bulldog in him because he knows he has to put the weight of his shoulders on this team because he has nobody else to depend on. Mm-hmm. Where's Karl Anthony Towns? Where's Mikal Bridges? Like Josh Hart is still doing his rebounds. He had 19 rebounds the other day. You can't put you know what I mean? Like, yo, where is McBride? McBride has played almost like 60 minutes in the last 2 games. Came off with 7 points. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. You should not be playing 60 minutes and come off 7 points, man. Coming off the bench. You're supposed to be our 6th man. You're supposed to be the guy. You're supposed to be ahead of DiVincenzo. When you come off the bench, he's supposed to be able to score and divert the ball where it needs to be. Now, granted, the last game against the Clippers, he did have 6 assists, but he's not diverting what it needs to be, and that comes down. Yeah, and I say this to say this. Mm-hmm. Comes down to the coach. Yeah. It comes down to the coach, man. Like, he's not letting his players all need to understand what they need to do in their places at the certain moments. Like, we've all seen, come on, man, and you both have to agree with me on this. You telling me we haven't seen like Campaign make fucking 3 back-to-back threes in pivotal moments and they get put to the bench?
Yeah, but he also shoots a lot of dumb shit too. Campaign, if you know what I mean.
No, but when you do that,
he
like,
comes in and just starts jacking in ill-advised situations. Yeah,
And I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about the situations where
I don't know what the fuck he was doing when he came in the game. He just be
because they needed hope because we were down.
Like, yeah, but they're ill-advised shots, and sometimes he doesn't take smart shots. He does hit big shots. Go ahead, my fault.
Because you know why he's doing that? It's because he doesn't get enough time on the court, and I can't put none of that pressure. Like, yo, come on, like nigga, bro, guys, I'm 5'5", 5'6" at my best, depending on what shoes I'm wearing.
At my best,
I wasn't picked first.
What about when you have your heels on? What are you?
Yo, bro, like now I'm like 5'8", 5'9". You know what I mean? It depends, yo. You know what I mean? But like, yo, bro, but I wasn't picked first on the court. But whatever street ball court I was on or whatever gym I was playing in. Mm-hmm. I knew how to play ball, right? Like, and that's what we knew. We knew how to pass the rock, shoot when you need to shoot. And some people have that, you know, that ego, and especially it has to go into professionalism and even in professional sports, where as soon as you get that rock, you need to show out. And especially if your team is down, what are you going to do? Try to get them back. Why do they bring you there? To shoot the rock, to make the 3. And Shaman hasn't been doing it. Campaign comes in there here and there. McBride is, you know what I mean? He's just trying to be McBride. Mm-hmm. Mikal Bridges is just, I don't even know. Like, he's just like you know, like when like in LA when a fucking a quake hits, an earthquake, and you got the fucking you got the fucking meter running and shit. That's his shit. That's how shaky he is. Because we're not doing what we need to do. And I feel like we're just so unfocused. We're so disorganized. There's so many, like, why are we reading about every other day about who we're acquiring on 10-day contracts? Are we that needy? Are we that dysfunctionalized? Like, are we just that organization is just really that eager to put it together when we could have just easily we have the parts. It's just we haven't had a fully healthy team. You know, somewhere in that middle line has to be put into some blame somewhere, and people have to understand that. I don't know if it's Thibodeau. I don't know if it's the players that they're just not keeping up with their regimen. You know, who knows? Because, like, look, Mitchell Robinson just came back. All right, you just missed the last 2 games off an ankle injury, bro. Like, what the hell was you doing that whole time getting healthy, and now you got an ankle injury, bro? Like, you only played like 20 minutes.
He's just,
Like,
you need to put Mitchell Robinson
he's
in a bubble
fragile,
wrap
bro.
at this
He's,
point.
he's like
just
Mr.
fragile,
Glass.
you know what I'm
He's
saying?
like Mr. Glass and Unbreakable, bro. Like,
Glass extremities.
Yeah. You actually, Q, and I thank you for everything you said, because you proved Cash's point. Like your statements actually proved his point. We need this time without Jalen Brunson, because it gives everybody else the opportunity to find their identity. It gives everybody else the opportunity to recognize their role. It gives everybody else the opportunity to become a little bit more cohesive without the glue. Whenever you
and the only reason I disagree is because they're gonna take this time to find their identity, and when Jalen Brunson comes right back, what happens to their identity? That's like a Green Bay that's like a Green Bay Packers team losing Aaron Rodgers, and the next up quarterback, the backup quarterback, plays 3 games for 3 weeks, and then Aaron Rodgers comes right back, and now you back on the bench, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, it can only work if they start to if they gel. Like, we don't know because we haven't seen it yet, or at least seen a big enough sample size where we can have that conversation. But 2 weeks, we're gonna, in 2 weeks, I think they play 5 games. I think in the next 2 weeks they play 5 or 6 games. That's a lot of minutes, right? It's 48 minutes per game. So that's a lot of minutes that they'll have the ability to find different ways to either gel or not. We'll see it as time progresses. But I think that Cash's point is valid, because it'll give them the opportunity, and it gives Jalen the opportunity to rest. That's I think the bigger piece is the fact that this guy goes into the playoffs, hopefully, supremely healthy, and now you'll start to see with the gelling and the cohesion of the rest of the units, him healthy is a problem in the playoffs.
A problem.
Again, that's our hope. Like, we're looking at it from the optimistic orange juice cup, half full or half empty, right? Which one is it at that point? So I think we're all looking at it through the lens, like, hopefully it's half full. And I think that's what we're, as Knicks fans, that's what we're kind of aiming for. But I want to ask you a question. With McBride, he just hasn't logged the minutes, really. And when he has logged the minutes, I don't think he's starting to feel where he's fitting in. And he's been off. Like, if you watch the game, his game has been off. Like, he hasn't really seemed in rhythm. And that I think will give him a confidence boost going into the playoffs. And as far as Mitch, I'm done with this shit. The Mitchell Robinson shit, the optimism, I'm fucking done with this.
I'm drunk right now.
Littlefoot drunk motherfucker. Get him the fuck out of here. Him and his little ass feet. Get him the fuck off.
Go home and get your fucking shine box.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo, I'll be honest. I've never wanted a guy more.
Yo, just FYI, the Knicks are never gonna let us do any promo for them, but fuck it.
I want Mitchell Robinson. I want him gone almost as bad as I wanted fucking Jericho Sims tips for hands out of here. I want him gone as much as I wanted that kid out of here. And now that kid's gone, he sucks somewhere else. So, you know what I'm saying? Pause. That was wild. But that
was crazy, bro.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
All right, I'm just gonna drink my fucking orange juice.
Nah, Jay, you make good points, man. Especially on the Deuce. Real quick, I want to touch on Deuce. Pause. That's crazy. I want to do the touch on Deuce. Y'all gonna get ready some nice TikTok reels this week, man.
Yo, my God, I want to touch on Deuce. Wild.
Yo, you know what the crazy thing is? About a millisecond before I said it, I was trying to.
I was like, no,
retract that shit. Like, yo, don't say
it. But
don't say it.
I want to talk. Excuse me. I want to talk on the Deuce thing you said, and I also want to talk on the PJ Tucker thing, because I think you're right about Deuce, man. Like, Deuce. First of all, I was hearing it's either Alan Hahn or I forget who. I think it might have been Alan Hahn the other night. He was saying that Deuce is the only backup who goes into. He's on every time he goes into an opposing court of another team. He shoots the ball. Everyone's like, Deuce. So this shit is bugged out. Like, he's like a fan favorite around the league. That shit is bugged out. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for that. But yeah, Deuce hasn't been playing well. But dude, the thing with Jalen Brunson going down, Campaign can't run the offense to me. You know what I mean? He
No,
can't run
of
the
course not.
offense. Neither can Deuce. So there's no real backup floor general type of guy. Like, Deuce is like a short combo guard. You know what I mean? And Campaign is just a guy, he can get the ball up court when they pick you up from 90 feet or whatever, 94 feet, and he's gonna shoot most of the time. He's not gonna find the open guys.
I will stop you right there because
Yeah.
we used to call me and my boy used to call fucking Josh Smith SFAQL, and that stands for shoot first, ask questions last.
Yeah.
Because that's what Campaign is.
That's
He's
what
a
he is.
shoot first,
Yeah.
ask questions
Yep.
last type of a guard.
Yep.
SFAQL. Shoot
Yep.
first, ask questions
Shoot
last.
first, that's a great way to put it. And there's no real point guard or floor general to really run the offense right now, and that's the problem. I would like to see some Tyler Kolek minutes. I don't think we're gonna see that. But he is Tyler. Listen, I think Tyler Kolek can be really good, and I know the stakes are kind of high, but why not get him some minutes now? You know what I mean? What's the difference if you put Kolek in there or Cam in there? You know what I mean? Now Cam is obviously he's a more experienced veteran guard, and he's been in playoff situations. He's gonna hit some big shots, but find a way to get Tyler Kolek. I don't know. 10 minutes a game, you know what I'm saying? 8 minutes a game, something where he can get into game flow, because I think he's more of a floor general facilitator than both of them, and I love Deuce. Deuce is more of a hard-nosed defensive guy. He'll hit a big shot. He'll go to the rack.
He's a short shooting guard.
He's a short shooting guard,
he's
exactly,
short
you know what I'm
shooting,
saying?
yeah,
And
exactly.
teams are going to start picking this up from 94 feet. Now, I trust Cam a little bit more than Deuce in that position, you know what I'm saying? Cam has more, Cam's a better ball handler, in my opinion. But that's an issue, you know what I mean? And I think we're gonna have to address that next year. And also, with Cat disappearing down the stretch a lot, who's the second guy when they start taking the ball out of Jalen's hands, or they start double teaming him? Who's the second guy? Who's the second bucket getter? It's supposed to be Cat, but if it ain't Cat, who is it?
And then you got to go.
That can create their own shot too.
Mikal Bridges can create his own shot.
No, he
Yeah,
can't.
and yeah, you're right. Mikal Bridges, and he
not
needs
this season.
He needs. I'm watching him the other day. He had 22 points, and that's some good. He's played some good defense on Kawhi at times, and he played some good defense on the Beard. You know what I mean? And OG's just been strapping up. I ain't gonna front. OG been on his shit.
He's rough. He's a rough defender.
Like, I love watching him.
I love what I see.
He box office defense wise, and I'm not even like a.
He's like a pit bull, bro.
Yeah, he's very aggressive on defense.
He locks up his foot movement, his lateral movement.
Shit is just scary.
His anticipation, he's instinctual
and he's
defense.
expressionless.
Yeah, he's
so you really
yeah.
don't know what his temperament is.
He's one person I'm not worried about on the defensive
end.
Mikal had some good possessions too, where I saw him strapping up Harden in certain spots, and Harden is very hard to guard. You know, he gets people to foul like that little. Boom, 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 and then step back shit.
The BS has he. But let's keep it a buck, guys, man. Like people forget like how poorly, like we're only like what 12th and 3-point percentage this season so far.
Yeah,
but
we haven't been shooting well.
No, but we started the season hot fire.
Yeah.
Like Dylan,
hot fire.
You know what I mean? Like now for the past like 2 months, like since like December. Man, it's just been like, I don't think we've even shot, over 55% from the field, like maybe over 60% over the field goal percentage, and that's what we need to average to beat these best teams. We can't shoot 27% from the 3-point. We can't shoot 9 from 33. That's wild. Because if the other team shoots and I think they forget this, I think this Knicks team needs to understand, like being as hard nosed and bully dog ball that we want to play, it's still a shooting league. If you can't make those threes, it's gonna be a problem. Yeah. It's gonna be a serious problem, especially when you can't defend it, because we're letting off, we're allowing the opposing team to shoot and make these threes, undefending them, and we don't get those rebounds sometimes, and causing more times for the other team to shoot another three. Like, we've all seen these games.
Josh is struggling from three, particularly this year. Josh Hart's struggling from three, but he does so much other shit that's good. I love Josh. Josh is a little banged up. Josh leads the league in minutes. Let's get him some rest, Tom. I know it's hard, but let's rest him up a little bit. Let's get Mikal. No, actually, we need Mikal in there, but Mikal's 2 in minutes. I'm looking at it right now, and I think and then we have like 4 Knicks in the top 20 in minutes.
I think both of those guys realistically are guys that have to play. I think sitting them hurts them. I don't think that like there's certain people like
normally, but Josh is a little banged up with the knee. You know what I mean?
But I don't think that I was one of those players years ago. And again, I'm not playing on that level or anything like that. But I needed to continue to play to get through injury and shit like that. So that was my rehab. So I didn't tighten up.
Don't on the bike then. Don't on the bike.
It's not the same as running up and down the court and stopping and going and and the response time.
But I'm worried about what happened last year. And think about this for a second.
Well, he had a rib injury last year. That was
collectively. Look.
Okay.
Brunson got banged up last year in the playoffs, right? Julius.
Julius wasn't there in the playoffs. Julius was
right, but towards the end, these all started to happen towards the end of the season. Mitch. You've seen all these all these injuries, right? Same thing is kind of starting to happen this year. You see Josh with the knee. You see now Mitchell Robinson with the ankle again. OG has a little foot thing going on. Cat has a bunch of little injuries back then.
What's the common denominator?
Let's find a way, man. Tibbs, please, I implore you and I beg you to find a way. I'm not saying sit them the whole game, to find them some rest. I want to see a fresh Knicks team in the playoffs, man. Like, yo, that's what we need. We need a fresh, well-rested team because we're gonna need everything we got to face Boston and Cleveland, and we're overlooking Detroit like we're just gonna walk through them if we hold our place in the standings. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So, but real quick. I was going to say something crazy. Let's talk about PJ Tucker. Let's talk about PJ Tucker real quick. I know Jay, you brought that up. I know I agree with everything you said. He's a hard-nosed, tough guy. We all remember him getting in the face of KD and shit like that. You know what I mean? And he just has this snarly, he's like a throwback type of dude and shit. You know what I'm saying? He's on a 10-day contract, gets the 15 overall roster spot, right? But I don't think he's gonna get that much run though, bro. I think he's gonna be warming that bench. He's more like a locker room guy because they're gonna put him. I'm hearing that they really signed him to play some minutes at center if that comes up. But he got OG. He's not gonna get minutes over Precious, and we've got to talk about Precious. He's not gonna get minutes over Precious. Not gonna get minutes over Cat. He's not gonna get minutes over Mitch. So he's probably gonna be the locker guy that goes, yo, you guys acting like a bunch of pussies, man. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it together, hard, And I like that, but I don't think he's going to make much of an impact on the court. I think he's washed. He's close to 40. He's been in the league 15 years or whatever it is. But I definitely like him for a locker room guy and in certain spots to bring that toughness.
I think he is gonna get some minutes. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think his presence on because remember, he doesn't need the basketball in order to make an impact.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good defender. He can shoot the 3-pointer from either baseline. He's a baseline 3-point shooter. So you have to account for him.
Yeah.
Like, I think on both sides of the floor, just his presence in certain areas to give other players a 2 to 3 minute rest, and 2 to 3 minutes court time is equivalent to maybe 12 to 13, maybe 14 minutes on the, actual time when you include stoppage of play, timeouts, fouls, so on and so forth. Right. So I think that he will get minutes. I really believe that Thibodeau likes those types of characters.
Mm-hmm.
He likes those types of personalities.
That's a fact.
In the locker room as well as on the court. So I think that he becomes the more skilled, more talented. What was that guy's name that Tibbs signed every fucking time?
Josh Gibson.
Josh,
Josh Gibson. Yeah.
Whatever his name is, Gibson.
Taj,
yeah, right.
Yeah, Gibson.
Yeah, Taj Gibson. He becomes that guy. Taj is on I think he's on Charlotte. Charlotte's
is he back in the league? Oh shit.
He's definitely. I saw him.
Tibbs was grabbing him off the couch these last couple of years down the street.
Yeah, no, he's in the league now. He's
getting him paid and shit.
Yeah, I believe he's
or homeboy from Miami. What's his name?
Fucking yeah. Udonis.
Udonis
Haslem.
He's like that type.
Udonis Haslem.
Yeah.
So Udonis was really like an official bench warmer. Like he went entire seasons without playing basketball, and it didn't matter. Like I'm not saying it to shit on the guy. I'm saying it because his presence was felt just being there. Like that shit is invaluable.
He was almost like a player coach at that.
That shit is invaluable. And he was
like
also
Herb Williams in fucking basketball tie and shit.
1000%. And he was the glue of the team. He was very, he has an aggressive demeanor. So motherfuckers didn't fuck around when UD was, on that team. Yeah. Now you'll notice, like, it's crazy because I think UD and and Jimmy Butler got into it last year, if I remember correctly. I want to say it was last year.
Yeah, last year, the year before. Yeah, recently though.
Yeah, they had got into it, and even though he doesn't play, you don't give a fuck. Like,
you don't.
What? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
so I think
yo.
that PJ Tucker can give us that type of energy.
I agree.
Yo, I want to ask you both this question, right? Before we leave off the Knicks.
Yeah.
Before we leave off the Knicks. If we get bounced out after the second round,
yeah,
what's gonna happen? Tibbs got to go.
Tibbs might go. I'm not gonna lie. Tibbs might go.
Like players getting traded. I just want to let you. I just want to
Tibbs
hear
is
what
being a little bit out coached. I've seen Tibbs get a little bit out coached at times. I don't know if Tibbs is the best X and O guy, and they had him the other night. They asked Ty Lue about him. Ty Lue was under his tutelage for a while, and you had Jeff Van Gundy on the bench, Ty Lue's bench, and so he's an NBA guy through and through. He's had a lot of experience. He coached under Van Gundy for all those years. And Ty Lue coached under him. So he's a well-respected guy, and he's a good coach. But at times, I think his X and O's aren't as good as his rebuilding a team chemistry-wise. He's very good at that, taking a team that's bad and building them back up and giving them toughness. But to your question, if they lose, I think you got to, as much as I hate to say, Tibbs, you might have to look at Tibbs. And you kind of got to look at Leon Rose a little bit, because this team that we thought that was constructed so well and we were so excited about has a lot of deficiencies, from 3-point defense to transition defense to rim protection to now not shooting the ball as well as they could. And I don't know if that's really on Leon Rose, because these guys came in.
I was gonna say 30%. I don't think that's on Rose. Like I don't think that we look. But
there are some holes. We can all agree. I
agree with that.
It's a flawed team. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Yeah.
And we talked about Giannis. I think Q was going there. Is that where you're going, Q? You think we got to run out and get Giannis?
No, to be honest, man, I don't think. To this day, I still feel like we didn't need to make a change from last season. Like I think our biggest mistake was letting Hartenstein walk out the door.
That's the biggest mistake.
We had no choice. We couldn't pay him. That was a salary cap apron bullshit thing. We offered him money. We just couldn't go up to the price he was going to get. So that one you can't really blame us for. But big loss.
But there would have been ways around it, because they let him walk before getting rid of Randall.
There was really no way.
No,
around
because
that.
I think if we would have got rid of Randall and lost like DiVincenzo, it would have been like $15 million, bro. Like there was enough money.
Then you lose you're one of your biggest trade pieces. Like at that point, like you know what I mean. Like Randall's a big chip. Like
that's how we ended up getting Cat.
Yeah.
But even keeping Cat and keeping Randall, like that could have been that could have been a system that worked too. Like just get rid of Mitch. Like people forget how much he's getting paid right now, even though it doesn't seem like a lot of money. He's getting paid like almost $25 million a year. Like to just
you need that rim protection. This is what I'm trying to say. Cat don't provide that.
He's protecting the bench. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's not like we signed him last year. He's been on the roster. You know what I'm saying? And what are the alternative options? Look at Hartenstein last year. As injury prone as Mitch is, and you bring up a good point, he was fooled for Embiid last year. Embiid was eating him alive. You know what I'm saying? And they did lose toughness when they lost Hartenstein, and he brought that shit right over to OKC. Him, Chet, what's my man? Shea Gilchrist. What's the other kid's name?
Jalen Williams.
Know them, you know what I'm saying? They balling out. Jalen Williams. He brought that toughness right over there, and that was a big loss. But sometimes you can't keep everybody, man. Like, you know what I mean?
But what did the Knicks do? We try to get everybody. We try to get the whole Villanova team, and we got Mikal Bridges, who is not doing what we expected him to do. We got a Mitchell Robinson, who is still sitting on the bench the whole season, like we all anticipated. Yeah. You know, now we got a hurt Jalen Brunson, because if nobody anticipated of Jalen Brunson getting hurt this season, you're out of your mind. Because if Jalen Brunson doesn't score at least 25 points in a game, 30 points a game, probably like 80% of the time, we're gonna lose.
You lost a lot of toughness, and we've said this till we were blue in the face, right, Jay? We lost between Hartenstein and say what you want about Julius. Julius was a tough dude, bully ball. He embodied the New York style of play, and so did Devo. Those three guys, big. The whole the whole dynamic of the team changed once they left. You know what I mean? Went from hardcore tough guys who could shoot to kind of like, dare I say, softish finesse. Yeah, that's finesse. That's a better way to put it. You know what I mean? But we're here now. So what do we do? You know what I mean? Let's say we do get bounced out. We go out and I think we gotta go get Giannis, restore some of that toughness. Now you're gonna have some other holes to fill in because you're gonna need to get some pieces to get him. It's a whole thing. So we're gonna see what Leon Rose really does, man. It's he's got his work cut out for him because
because now he's on the hot seat. Now he's looking like he's in Joe Shane's seat.
I wouldn't think he's in a hot seat because they are like the fucking third best team in the East. So I wouldn't exactly say hot seat, but
that's why I said you can't put it on Leon. Like at this point, you have to look a little bit further down, and unfortunately, Tibbs has to
take accountability.
Has to take accountability for what the production of the team looks like. Now, granted, again, they're the third best team, but we're not in this to be the third best team. We're in this to win a championship,
right.
And we want to see hardware. We want to see the LOB, right?
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, I think you go to Tibbs first, and then Leon at that point has that gives him a 2-year reset as far as if you bring in a new coach. You know what coach I would really love to see? I was talking about this the other day. I know it's a completely undoable situation. It's never going to happen. But I would like to see.
That's fun when we talk that stuff.
Yeah, I would like to see Ime Udoka from Houston.
Yeah.
I would love to see him as the New York Knicks coach. He's a great coach, bro.
And look what he's doing in Houston.
Look what he's doing in Houston, bro.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
And look
bro.
what he did in Boston.
Look what he did in Boston before he fucked homeboy's wife, right? Like before he dipped his fucking
long shit up too. But go ahead.
Yeah, before he dipped his fishing rod in the fucking company pond, right?
Yeah.
But I would love to see that guy coaching our New York Knicks. The Knicks, as currently constructed with him as the coach, would be unbelievable.
I agree. Yeah. You know what? I think you bring in, I don't know. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. You know, a Ty Lue, that obviously, like you said, he's a great coach. Udoka, you know, a guy like a Spoelstra, these X and O guys, you know what I'm saying? That, like, I don't think Tibbs excels in X and O's. I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. He's got more basketball knowledge than I can ever dream of. Let's be honest. And most people in the NBA.
Coaches.
But maybe he's the Doug Collins to Phil Jackson. You know, maybe he's the Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr, or the Udoka to what's this guy's name up there, Missoula or whatever his name is up in Boston. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but something has to be done. We're already writing a eulogy, which I don't like to do, but we're also being realistic and we're looking at the teams. But let's fingers crossed they come back. I don't care if they lose a couple of games. I don't even care if they drop to the 5th seed. Doesn't matter to me. Because they're all hard. The East has all hard pause matchups. You know what I'm saying? Detroit's no walk in the park, although we should beat Detroit. It's really what we're looking at as the second round. So we drop a couple of spots, get everyone back healthy and rested. Hey, let's go, man. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. But they definitely look flawed. And they look like they're sometimes disjointed and discombobulated out there. And it doesn't look like it's smooth. It doesn't look smooth, right? It's not me, right? It doesn't look smooth most of the time. So
it looks like there's certain times where people have the ball and they don't know what to do with it. They stop dribbling it.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's
where's
just like,
Jalen?
who do I pass it to? Like
early in the
Jalen's a new
season,
Jordan. Get the ball to Jalen in the last 2 minutes. Everyone knows.
And everybody
what
get the
Knicks
fuck
are
out the
gonna
way.
do. Everybody get the fuck out the way.
You know, earlier in the season, it's crazy to say this, but earlier in the season, they looked smoother.
You're right, 100%. They did.
They looked smoother earlier. Now it seems like now that they've had the time, it seems like now they're growing apart,
Right.
as opposed to getting like they were blowing teams out. Like I get it that we didn't beat the top 3 teams in the league. I get that 7 games against the top 3 teams, we lost all 7, right? But I just feel like against everybody else, we looked smoother, cohesive. Now we look, every fucking win seems like it's fucking complicated.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like, you know, like these wins are coming as easily as they did earlier in the season. And I don't know why that is. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, because we beat the Bucks, you know, beat the Pacers,
beat the shit out of the Nuggets twice.
Beat the shit out of the Nuggets, beat the Timberwolves, beat Memphis.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat LA this week. Fuck LA. Did we beat the Rockets? We beat the Rockets, but did we split with them or did we win both games? I can't remember. I know we beat them for sure one game. I had to look at it, but we beat the Rockets once. You know, beat the Warriors. So we beating those right under those top level, level teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're not as good as that. Those whatever we need. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out.
And unfortunately, man, like and if Knicks fans are hearing this and the Knicks players are hearing this, we're just holding you guys to a very high level of standard. We have been so, discontent and unpleased on the performance of how this organization has been ran, and for the past 2 years, you probably given us the most happiness we've seen for most of the people, not to say for myself, in the last 25 years. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? Like we'll take it from there. You know what I mean?
That's
but let's keep it moving, man. Like this team is gonna run tough, but there's always improvement, man. Like you can't just wake up and open your eyes and say, "Yeah, I'm gonna just wake up and be the best I could be." You also gotta go up out your bed and do it.
Absolutely. So we'll wrap on the Knicks. We'll keep a close eye on that. But actually, we're gonna kind of keep talking about the Knicks, but in a different kind of way. Man, I was waiting for this one. Let's talk a little bit about the bozo Draymond Green and Cat beef, right? I mean, I'm so tired of Draymond. Listen. So Draymond Green is back doing his tasteless trolling bullshit once again, right? And honestly, man, I'm tired of Draymond and this shit. And if I'm tired of you, it's a problem because I have a very high tolerance for fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Like, and his shit just over the top. We all know Draymond Green, Golden State Warrior / tough guy, the enforcer for that dynasty who won all those championships. A guy who, if you ask me, basically jumped on Steph's knob and rode Steph and Clay to 4 fucking titles. Mm-hmm. Is he a good player? Yeah, he's a good player. Is he a Hall of Famer? Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Defensive anchor for all those teams. Tough guy enforcer, Charles Oakley-esque type of dude. But he's starting to get on my nerves, man. You know, Draymond is one of them dudes. Listen, let's bring this back to the hood. Draymond is one of them hood niggas that, you be on your block and you got a whole bunch of grimy niggas moving packs and sticking niggas up and all this type of shit. He's the grimy nigga that the grimy niggas will be like, yo, don't fuck with Draymond, that nigga grimy type. You know what I'm saying? he that type of, you know what I mean? You know how we all grimy, but there's always that one extra grimy nigga that's not a rob assistant. You know what I'm saying? He that dude. And I like the toughness. And I think this league needs a heel, a villain. It's a bit soft at times. The whole villain heel is good for the theater of the NBA. So I like that. And he understands the assignment when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? He definitely does. But he's too over the top. He does dumb shit. He says dumb shit. His shit's getting out of fucking hand. Let me run through some of the sucker shit Draymond has done throughout the years, right? 2013, elbows Blake Griffin in the face. Damn near knocks him out. Griffin's not having that shit. Pulls a Carmelo, steps on him in the showers, the locker rooms. We'll leave it there. But real sucker shit, elbowed the shit out of him. Go back and look it up if you don't remember. NBA Finals, Cavs versus the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? They're down 3-2. Stomps LeBron in the nuts. You know what I'm saying? That's like his thing, stomping people. Stomps LeBron in the nuts, calls him a bitch ass nigga, whatever. Gets suspended. Kind of blows that championship. He basically blessed LeBron because LeBron doesn't win that thing and
championship if he
it's a whole different story, right?
Yeah.
2022, and this is maybe the top most egregious thing he did. Sucker punches the shit out of straight snuffs Jordan Poole. You know what I'm saying? A real live. Listen, if you opened up the dictionary and looked up sucker punch, you'd see that scenario. 100%. Sucker punch.
Who had the camera ready for that shit though? Like
it's like they lined him. It's almost like they lined Jordan Poole, right?
Draymond was like, yo, hold this, record this shit real quick.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sucker punch the shit out of him. Real bitch move. He's like 6'9", 6'10". Jordan Poole's a little dude. Sucker shit. You know what I mean? 2024, stomped on the head and the chest of Sabonis against Sacramento. Wild shit, bro. What was the dude who did that shit in football? Oh, I forget the name. Oh shit, he was on the Redskins. Oh, what was the dude's name? He stomped on the dude's head.
Oh, that's Burfitt or whatever.
What was his name?
Nah, Perfect was on the
Smith.
Bengals.
No, but he's the crazy one though. He's the one.
Yeah,
who was
Vontaze
just
Perfect
knock-
was wild.
Burfitt
it's
was just
I'll look it up.
knocking
I'll find it in a minute. I can't. It's just escaping me.
Oh no, that was he was on the Steelers, right?
I think he was on the Skins when he did it. I don't
Was he on
remember.
the Skins?
He stomped on his head with the spikes, and the guy had his helmet off. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm looking it up in a minute. Anyway, so does that to Sabonis, crazy. Jay said, "Wow." Then he grabs Rudy Gobert and the dope fiend from behind.
Milked him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Puts him in the dope fiend, grabbed him by the neck, crazy. He did the Cisco to him. Do I gotta grab you by your neck and make you listen to me? All right, so he does that shit. And then my personal favorite in the Draymond Green fuckery reel, the infamous spin Michael Jackson spin slap punch / punch on Nurkic. You know where he tried to play it off. He did the fucking Michael Jackson shit and just slapped the spit out of him. So Draymond Green, he's
notorious.
Like notorious low class dude. Okay, so let's basically get to what my gripe is this week. Him and Baron Davis have this podcast, right? And on this podcast, the Knicks come up. The win against the Knicks come up. And Baron says something to this effect like, yeah, Cat didn't play. I wonder what happened to Cat. Was he injured? He goes, from what I understand, he didn't want to, he was scared of Jimmy Butler. He was shook of Jimmy Butler, whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? First of all, tri-state area niggas, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, stand up. All hearts don't pump no Kool-Aid. And definitely as a Knick. So that's some real bullshit. Second of all, Cat was actually at a funeral of his girlfriend's friend who passed away, right?
Yeah.
Now Draymond didn't know that, but here's where I have the problem. The next night when reporters tell him, hey, we gave him a chance to basically retract that statement you said about Cat. And it wasn't even that bad. That's just him talking shit. Yeah, he was scared of Jimmy, even though he's not scared. It's just, I didn't really have no problem with that. What I had the problem was the next night when he asked about that, he basically, he said, oh, I didn't know, they say to him, Cat was at a funeral, personal business. His wife's friend passed away. Yeah, he gave his condolences. Draymond goes on to give his condolences. Yeah, this is messed up. And I'm going to play the clip in a minute. Condolences to them. But it was done in a real sarcastic, condescending, arrogant type of way. And what really aggravated me, and I think it aggravated a lot of people, he ends off saying, rest in peace, and it's messed up everything, but the Draymond and Baron Davis podcast must go on. He doubled down on that shit like 3 or 4 fucking times. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's just cold and callous. Let me play the clip, because I don't know if I did it justice. Let me play the clip, and you guys tell me what you think. This is him.
Or it's not obviously they ain't had Cat. Some would say he didn't play because Jimmy was in the building. I don't know.
It's like that.
I'll tell you what, though, I saw Cat Pops yesterday at the game, and it's always love. I got mad love for the OG. His Pops is an incredible man. But yeah, they said Cat ain't play because Jimmy came into town, and him and Jimmy had the infamous practice in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And here's where he doubles down the next night.
You've seen your reaction today to your comments about Cat?
No.
And are you aware of what the circumstances were?
No. No. What's the circumstance?
Apparently he said he was at a funeral for a family friend.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. But my comments that I made was what I heard was this. And that's what I heard. So I do, send my well wishes to him and his family. None of us, it's inevitable. We all experience death in one way or another, and we'll all experience it in the same way one day. So it's unfortunate. You never wish that on anybody, but the Draymond Green show with Baron Davis must go on.
That's callous. One more clip. This is a friend of our show, Keith McPherson. This is his take on it. I thought this was spot on.
But, I got a real problem with Draymond Green, and I feel like as fans and media members, a lot of people did come out and speak out against Draymond Green. I did it last night. I played his audio. And collectively, we need to keep coming out and like piling on this guy. This guy went on his podcast and suggested that Karl Anthony Towns was ducking smoke, like he was afraid to be on the floor with Jimmy Butler, like he wasn't on the floor with Jimmy Butler when they played Miami and he dropped 40. Like this wasn't years and years ago, the fable of what happened in that practice with the Timberwolves. Who cares? These are grown men. And as a grown man, looking at Karl Anthony Towns supporting his girlfriend and going to a funeral of a friend who died from breast cancer, Draymond Green is foul. He shouldn't be supported. This is a guy that steps on people, kicks people in the nuts, chokes people. This is a guy that was suspended from the NBA, was supposed to get some type of treatment, counseling. This is a guy that wants to be a media member, but every time he gets in front of a mic, he's got a ridiculous take, and like this one was out of bounds completely.
New York niggas don't duck smoke. Q, holla.
Yo, Draymond Green. Yo, homie, a real bitch for real, son. Yo, he's super sucker.
Back on the block right now. It's that block.
He's super sucker. Yo, I'm 5'6". I don't care how tall you are. I guarantee you.
Talking about your height though.
Yo, because I don't care about it. Because like, you know what it's gonna be? Because he's gonna be like, yo, because he might get on his Baron Davis podcast and be like, yo, Q's 5'6". I'll beat the shit out of him. Man, yeah, not if you see me coming right behind you with the blicky. Yeah, nigga, I'm from Queens, Bree.
Yo, let's take the gun from him. We don't want to get this nigga arrested.
All right, nah, let me stop. Let me put my parental advisory on. All right, because Draymond Green's over here acting like he's the one who won the fucking world championships and shit in the NBA finals. My nigga averages, his career stats is 8 points a game with 6 rebounds. Yo, chill out, shut up. All right, yo, bro, all you do is just want to punch people in the fucking face, my nigga. Like, yo, play in the 90s, and you would have saw what the smoke was like. But now you want to just verbalize it because now they have these podcasts. It's like what I'm doing right now. Like, yo, so then see me and let's have the podcast talk together. Draymond Green, let's do it together. Like two grown men should be doing. And I'm not even like mad, but like, how are you promoting a show after giving your condolences after you're a millionaire, my nigga? Like that shit doesn't even make sense. That just shows like you just don't have no cohesiveness in yourself. Like you don't even know what you're doing with your own body language, son. Like you just put here just to like ruin other people's lives. And if that's what you're trying to do, then all right, that's cool. Then do it. Then accept it. But accept this feedback. You know what I mean? Like and if he wants to smoke like a real man would, then he would really go out and go get it. Because he would have got clapped a long time ago if that was the real story on the streets. Let's talk about that, because if he was walking like that in Golden State, because LA got crazy neighborhoods too. If he was walking like that, I don't see him in Compton. I don't see him in LA. He ain't walking viciously like that. Yo, but like you go on the basketball court, so be that guy. Man, talk that guy. Yo, talk about the Knicks, man. I love the hate. I love it. It fuels me. It fuels the fire in my body. It makes me a better person. But don't ever condone, whatever you thought you said was right, and then think that you're gonna try to benefit off somebody else's sadness, man. Like that shit is just corny as fuck to the ultimate degree, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of things when you listen to the clip. There's a couple of things that immediately jump into my mind. First of all, cancer is a big deal. And I think that anytime you hear that someone passed from cancer or is struggling with it or fighting it, there should be something in you as a human that innately softens you and softens your heart to not only the person that either passed or is suffering with it, but to the people that are supporting them, because cancer is such a fucking disgusting terrorist in the world. And there's no escape from it. At least yet, right? So when you hear that, there should be something. So for him to not have any part of his being or his essence that softened in that moment when they said that Cat was supporting his girlfriend who had a friend that died of cancer, shows you that this is just a classless, fucking soulless human being. That's the first part. So the best way to deal with those people are to make them go away. And to make them go away, you have to just turn the light off on them. You have to completely and totally just shut them down. They're gone. You don't pay attention to them. You don't give them the shine. You don't give them the spotlight. You don't give them the attention, because that's what shrinks those fucking people. And that's what has to happen to this guy. Don't fucking subscribe to the podcast, because we know what he is. We know what his heart is saying. And his heart is saying to the rest of the world that he doesn't care about anyone except for Draymond and Baron Davis and their fucking podcast. So make this fucking asshole go away. And the best way to make him go away is to turn off his fucking lights. Not violently, not physically, just mentally. Just turn away from this asshole and allow him to disappear, because the guy has absolutely no fucking care about anything that means something. And when I say means something, it's not about, he doesn't know this girl that passed away. And nobody's asking the guy to fucking send thousands of roses or anything like that. We're just asking the guy to understand that in the moment, it ain't about basketball and cat no fucking smoke. As Keith fucking very clearly stated, Cat dumped 40 on fucking on Jimmy Butler.
Facts.
And again, that infamous fucking practice is fucking what, 8-9 years ago. What are we talking about here?
Was Tibbs the coach back? Yeah, Tibbs was the coach back
Tibbs was the coach back then. So for us,
yo, my next question is, why would
I gotta give Jay applause for that eloquently stated take.
I know I'm bugged out. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No, when it comes to you, I just want to show you something. If you guys think he's lying,
but let me ask you this,
absolutely 5. What are you, 5? What?
5'6".
I'm 5'6".
Okay.
But let me ask you this: why would like, yo, on that team, why would Jimmy Butler be even guarding Cat? Yeah, word. just to put it in perspective.
That is me, John Starks, and
oh shit! Just in case y'all thought he was lying.
Just in case you thought he was lying. But nah. Anyway, go ahead. Oh shit! I gotta get this back.
No, but why was he worried about Jimmy Butler? Like, who else is supposed to be guarding Cat? Like, wouldn't you think Draymond would be guarding Cat? You're gonna put Jimmy Butler on Cat? Like, isn't that a mismatch every day and any day? In my opinion.
Wait, say that again, Mafa. What'd you say?
Whoever's guarding Cat is going to get that work. Like, it doesn't matter who the fuck is guarding him. The guy is a talented offensive basketball player, so it don't matter. Like, whoever is guarding Cat is gonna get buckets. That's just the way the shit works. Like, Cat ain't fucking around. But deeper than who's guarding him or whether he's on the court or not, it goes into just the essence of like why he wasn't there.
Humility.
He
has no humility.
Like, Cat could have Cat could have showed up and scored no fucking points. It don't matter. It's just the guy was out for a real reason. He was out for a reason that was heartfelt, and to support his lady or his girlfriend or his wife or whatever their relationship is, to support her in her. Like, I wish a motherfucker would, if one of my guys, one of you guys for whatever reason, passed away from something and I don't show up for something and they tell me, well, yo, he was worried about something else. That's why he didn't show up. No, I'm supporting my fucking family. I'm supporting, that's just the most ridiculous shit that I've ever heard. So again, I'll say it, one more time, just for the people in the back. The best way to make people like that feel it is to just turn the lights off on these fuckers. Like, just make sure that they don't see the light of day when it comes to the fucking Draymond and Baron Davis podcast. Like, don't give that shit the attention that he so fucking desperately is coveting with making these ridiculous takes and these fucking wild statements and these shock jock type of moments. Let the guy disappear into the slow good night.
Facts. And the whole condolences that he did give, it felt disingenuous, it felt condescending, it felt arrogant, and then he ends it off on, but the Draymond and Baron Davis podcast must go on. Like this, like we all have to push through this and get through life. What are you talking about, the Draymond? Even BD was on the show, and he was like, my condolences. And, BD kind of tried to class it up for him a little bit, but Draymond, some real sucker shit, homeboy, real talk. And I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Corny, son.
What?
Corny.
Corny shit. You know what I mean? So I just thought we had to address that because, like you said, Jay, that has no place. And yes, dim his light. Dim his light. Don't subscribe to him. Don't watch his show. Right? That's how you get to somebody. Hit him in the pockets. You know what I mean? All right, let's transition, man. Let's talk a little bit about this. Is gonna be like a Jay Cash, who hates who more type of deal, because everyone knows I can't stand Stephen A. Smith, and everyone knows Jay can't stand LeBron. So recently, now I don't even know who to argue for, because I kind of don't like none of them no more. But maybe we don't just argue. Maybe we just address what happened. So recently, at a Laker game, LeBron ran down on Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying?
Get ready.
Game bunny rabbits.
He ran. He ran down on Stephen A. Smith. Somebody had the camera out. As always, can't do anything nowadays without having a camera out. But LeBron looked very aggressive. He looked like he towers over. Stephen A's about 6'1", 6'2", my height. LeBron's what, 6'9"? He's towering over him. He's bigger than him, and he looks like he's sunning him. He's talking to him aggressively, and he looks frustrated and he looks angry. And everyone's like, damn, we know those two didn't get along. Throughout the years, those two haven't really gotten along, for whatever reasons. We'll get into that maybe later. LeBron walks away. Stephen A. addresses it on his show the next day, and everyone kind of figured it was because of Bronny, right? Because listen, Steve goes hard. Stephen A. goes hard on dude. You see what he did with Kyrie. You see what he did with KD. Yeah. Some reason he thinks he's more powerful and more influential than these guys in the NBA, and he goes after some titans. KD's a titan. Fucking LeBron is probably the titan of all titans right now in the NBA. Love him or hate him, he's the face of the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Even Kyrie, and I remember him saying one time, you don't want to have problems with me. You know the whole spiel he went through. You know what I'm saying? And guys like that, as much as we don't like LeBron, as much as we don't like LeBron at times or different players, guys like Stephen A. can influence contract negotiations, how a dude gets money. He can have the court of public opinion really come down on people, especially when you ride him every day. You have a national platform that gets millions of people watching every day, and you're constantly tearing these guys down. Now, with Bronny, it's a little bit of a different thing because that's the man's son. You know what I'm saying? I think if he said something about LeBron probably be like, whatever, I'm a billionaire, getting ready to buy a team, second highest scorer ever in the NBA, probably the second best player of all time. I got chips. I'm the guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even worried about Stephen A. But you're talking about the man's son. And we've talked about Bronny. We've called Bronny less than, not ready. Put it like that, not ready. Yeah. But anyway, so he runs down on him, and in fact, it was about Bronny. And I want to play the clip of what Stephen A. says it was all about. And then, Jay, I want you to come back and tell me what you think of this so-called beef.
Last night, I was in attendance at the Knicks-Lakers game, sitting courtside, where during a timeout, I believe it was in the third quarter, I was confronted by none other than LeBron James himself. LeBron had some choice words for me in regards to comments I've made prior about him in regards to his son, Bronny James. Before I get any further, let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk.
You are a bitch, nigga.
None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game, and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said. I knew what he was talking about. I've spoken about this before. Matter of fact, I heard that not many, not all, but a few players were upset at me about that. I think one player in particular was Draymond Green, who I haven't spoken to since, and has no desire to speak to me primarily because of this, I suppose. And I found out the way that I found out, which was last night while I was at the game. I was a guest.
Anyway, he goes on to start to, talk about who he's with, and, he starts to suck his own dick. But, Jay, what do you think of this whole thing with LeBron? And I've been waiting all day to hear your take on this shit.
All right, so I'm. It's crazy because I'm not a big Stephen A. fan, and I'm not a big LeBron fan. As I've stated on the show numerous times, but in this particular case, I'm going to say that I don't appreciate the way that LeBron approached him, right? And the reason why I say that is because Stephen A. 60-something years old. Stephen A. just elocuted what everybody has been saying, even us.
LeBron 62? No, fucking.
No, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like what everybody you would think that as long as he's in the league, right? But what everybody else has kind of elocuted is that Bronny James is only in the NBA because his dad is in the NBA. No other team was picking Bronny James in that fucking draft. Nobody. The guy is in the league. The guy averages literally 0 points across the board in every major statistical category, under 1 point in every category. If you look at him on the court, he does not look ready to play NBA basketball at this point. If you really pay attention, like you could take Bronny James, and I was talking about this the other day, and drop him back in college, and he wouldn't even be in the top 150 players in college right now.
Yeah, you're right.
So with that being said, he's an NBA player, and he deserves to be discussed just like any other NBA player. He's a grown man. This is not a fucking child. And for LeBron James at 40 years old, 6'8", 6'7", 6 whatever, 265 pounds, to run up on a 60-year-old journalist and fucking be aggressive and talk all the fucks and this and that, whatever Stephen A. said that he said to him, to me, is corny as fuck. LeBron needs to run up on everybody then. I'm sure that there were multiple pundits in that fucking crowd that had the same fucking take that Stephen A. has had and said worse shit than Stephen A. said. So if LeBron wants to go on this crusade against people that are talking about his bum ass son on an NBA team, go at everybody. Like, don't limit it to fucking Stephen A. And don't do it like the reason why I say it's even more corny is because LeBron James has access to speak to Stephen A. or anybody for that fashion whenever and wherever he wants. To do it in the third quarter during a timeout publicly on fucking, and don't get it wrong. LeBron James did that to try to make a statement. LeBron James did that because Stephen A. Smith is one of the biggest pundits that are out there right now. And he wanted to try to send a message to all the other pundits who are shitting on his bum ass son. Right. So that's what that was about. It wasn't about Stephen A. at that point. It was about making everybody else see, hey, I'm willing to run down on everyone. So he was trying to send a message, and the message was fucking corny. LeBron James has ridiculously done corny shit throughout his career. This is just another one of those moments. And I'll be honest with you, fuck son. I know we're not going to be able to put the lights out on him too, but there's too many people that are in cohesion and understand those circumstances. But I don't like Stephen A. But in this particular case, I don't like LeBron even more. So I'm just leaning into the direction of what I saw.
Q, hold on one sec. I think I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. And it's, you got to take, your son is now a public figure in the NBA, and whether you like it or not, he's open for criticism. You pulled strings and did whatever moves behind the scenes to get him in the position he was. You knew there was going to be criticism. You understood there was going to be scrutiny. One, being the son of LeBron James, the pressure is immense. Two, deep down in your heart, knew he probably really wasn't ready to play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. You can't jump out of the window when you chose this life. You chose to be a public figure. You know, you and your son made the conscious decision to have your son in the public eye, and it's not really going his way. You knew there would be scrutiny for the way the way it played out and the way the optics looked, correct? What I will say about LeBron going in on Stephen A is I think there's underlying issues as well behind this. You know what I'm saying? I know Stephen A has a relationship with Clutch Sports with Rich Paul and Maverick Carter and all those guys. You know what I'm saying? I think there's underlying issues that they've been going through for a couple of years. You've always seen them. They'll say hello to each other, but it's a little cold and frigid. I think the league is tired of Stephen A. Smith. It's one thing to criticize and critique. Absolutely. He goes a little bit above and beyond that. He gets a little personal. He starts to really see his criticism coupled with his arrogance and thinking he's this larger than life, untouchable guy who basically say and do whatever he wants. He gets personal with people. So I think there was underlying issues. Q, what do you think on that? What's your take?
I think the NBA has been too commercialized at this point. That they're allowing players to dictate what transpires in the whole organization, and it shouldn't happen. And as a father, and I feel for him. Like, obviously, I wouldn't want nobody talking about my son or my daughter, but homie, you put the dude in this spotlight. You wanted him here. You actually probably made him there and put him there. Like, so now when people start, criticizing him, it just makes you look like you're wrong. It makes you look like, damn, I made the wrong decision. Now it makes you look like a sucker too, because like, damn, and he probably feels bad too. Like, homie, maybe your son wasn't born with the same genetics as you. Maybe, you 6'9", your son is 6'6", man. What the fuck you gonna do? Blame God at this point?
Is his son 6'6"? I don't think his son is even 6'6".
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's like 6'4" or whatever. I think he's like 6'4", but like, you know what I mean? Like, yo,
bro, a 15-year-old LeBron James,
6'2",
better than 6'2". A 15-year-old LeBron James is better than a 20-year-old Bronny. Check that out.
Yeah,
by miles.
No, without a doubt.
Miles. It's not even close.
And what's crazy is that we're speculating this because of the face of the league shit. Like, he needs to stop being the face of the league. He needs to stop being the face of the league. You are no longer the face of the league, boy. Like, you're not. Like, if this is how you're gonna, give off your interactions and energies into the NBA community and basketball fans, I don't think that's fair to everybody and for the world. It's not. It's just making you seem like you God. You're not the commissioner. Now, are you the commissioner now at this point? All right, so then if you are, then all right, so then what's the Knicks NBA draft pick? And the 2020, because it seems like you have everything, your ducks in a row, bro. Like, all right, let's see. You know what I mean? Like, are you gonna be the next Lakers owner? Like, when Pippen's son came into the league, Mark Jackson, Penny Hardaway, Tim Hardaway, like, numerous kids. You know what I mean? Like that, sons of famous basketball players that came into the league, that parents have never, had to step out for their son because they knew that was their choice. That was Curry. Steph Curry, Del Curry, like one
Klay
of the
Thompson.
and Clay, the names can go through the door. And one of the most famous comments is the one that he's always walking in the shadow is Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan probably has one of the most craziest comments about why he probably even told his son not to get into the NBA because he didn't want his son to have to live up to his limelight. And LeBron is basically forcing it. Like, it's two different worlds, right? Because you have to understand, like, maybe Michael Jordan's son could have been, who knows? I don't know. Probably not, because he's not even LeBron could do it.
Allegedly, he's somewhere doing a line right now for 8-ball from last night.
Yeah, right. Like, he got just arrested, allegedly. Right? The other day, like, he just got arrested the other day, right? Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, but yo, don't involve your children in what you're doing, because you're just gonna sound like a parent, and that's so eloquently how Stephen A. And I kind of agree with Stephen A. because I don't really agree with him, but still, man, like you gotta accept the criticism. But you
He
also
said I
have to
kind of agree with Stephen A. because I really don't agree with him.
Yeah, I really don't want to agree with him, man. I really don't want to agree with him at all, man. Like I had to think this one through, man. Like I was, but yeah, and I think he's right. He stepped to him as a parent, but as a parent, you're supposed to let your kids make the choices.
Mhm.
And I don't think LeBron made any choice for Bronny James. And from here on out, man, who knows where the sky's gonna go, because he's definitely not gonna fit in his father's shoes or live up to his limelight, and he's gonna always forever be in the shadow, 3 blocks down.
I think he just wanted to. LeBron knows the cameras are always watching, and I think by him going over there in the middle of the game, I think he wanted to just let Stephen A. know. It was more of a statement to me. It was about send a message like, this is my shit. You're not larger than me. You're not more of a power broker or shaker than me. Like, stay in your fucking place, man. Shut your mouth and relax. You know what I'm saying? And although I don't agree with that, well, like you said, most pundits and reporters, Stephen A. goes above and beyond, and I think he gets a little bit too big for his bridges. Yeah. And now he just signed $100 million deal, I believe, recently. So now we're gonna get like super arrogance. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's it. But I agree with both you guys. I could personally live without both of them, to be totally honest with you guys.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly fine with it. I still be able to.
Although I do respect LeBron's the way he prepares himself for games, the way this longevity is fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? What is it, year 22? What are we in, 22?
Yeah, 22.
40 years old. Bro, he's fucking dude, he looks like one of the best players. He looks like top 5 player in the NBA the way he's playing right now, him and Luka. It's crazy. Now, a lot of people allegedly believe he's on some shit. I'm not going to get into that. That's for another day.
Yeah.
But you got to respect, like, listen, for us old guys,
respect the game.
He gives us a little bit of hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you always got to respect the game.
You know what I mean?
The amount of time that he's playing the game is not, and again, maybe we'll reserve that for but we'll reserve that conversation for the Michael versus LeBron conversation. But the amount of time that he's playing is not indicative of how well he has played at his best versus how well Michael has played at his best. And we'll talk about that another time. We'll leave it there.
I think you got to check that, like you said, that LeBron box, man.
No. Wait, hold on. What?
Okay, the longevity so LeBron has played at a high level for way longer. Michael in year what you have 13 or 14? At year 14, LeBron was playing at a higher level than Michael was in year 14. And beyond. 100%.
Stay with me for a second. I'm glad you see. Now we got to do this shit. I didn't want to do. Now this shit happened.
I think this.
Here we go.
But I'm not advocating for. Hold on. I think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I just want to. I'm not saying that.
All right. So
I'm saying longevity wise, for a longer period of time at a high level, you got to give that to LeBron. Jordan and the Wizards was not LeBron on the Lakers, bro.
But see, here's it. But 100%. So you already cleared it up. Thank God, because I thought that I was gonna have to really lose my shit on this fucking show. But you already cleared it up.
Yeah.
At Michael at his best, I don't care about how long they played. Longevity, of course, is gonna go to LeBron because he's playing for much more years.
Not Vince Carter longevity. LeBron longevity. There's a difference.
I understand that. No, I agree with you in that regard. That at year 40, he's playing at a higher level than Michael at year 40. I agree with that, right? But at their best, at Michael's best, whatever you consider his apex of his career, he was a better basketball player than LeBron James at his apex. That's my argument. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay,
you check that. Mike gets that box check, but you got to factor the longevity in there, man. At some point, greatest of all time, right? Greatest of all time at what?
What do you mean?
Like the amount of years played.
Greatest of all time is a real broad stroke, right? Pause, right? What are we talking about? Greatest of all time at
winning,
the peak of his career.
Winning. It's winning. It's like that's it. Like, what do we play this sport for?
Winning, skill set. We're talking about winning. We're talking about rings.
No. We're talking about straight up
winning.
It doesn't matter.
Who's the best winner in the league's history as far as their contribution to the
Yeah, but
win.
see that, then we gotta bring in then we gotta bring in Bill Russell. Like what are we doing here?
No.
Hear my question again. Their contribution to the wins. Bill Russell was a big contributor to those 11 championships, and I'm not trying to say anything different, but he wasn't Michael type contribution. They had a great team at that time.
But then you know who we got to bring in?
Who?
Kareem. Niggas be fronting on Kareem.
You can have that. I'll go to that argument.
If we're talking about winning, Kareem maybe
I like that argument
one more than Mike.
I like that argument better than Bill Russell.
Yeah,
but
from Kareem high school to college, I think wasn't Kareem undefeated in college?
We're talking about solely. See now you're
all right. Solely NBA. All right, solely NBA. Solely NBA. Yeah. Same amount of chips. Yeah.
No,
right? Kareem got 6?
5. He's got 5.
Kareem only got 5.
5, and Mike's got 6.
Kareem only got. How many MVPs Kareem got? I'm not sure.
I think he got 2.
No, he's got a lot. He's got like 4 or some shit like that. But Mike was an MVP. I think 5 times.
And I don't think Kareem is better than Mike, but I'm just saying for
conversation.
But but it's also like different.
Damn, Kareem got 6.
Oh, he does have 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got Mike in there.
But it's also different. Like, Kareem was a center. That's how dominant of a player he was. And look at the players that he played with. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and look at the surrounding cast, man. Like, I think there's a lot of factors. Like, there's a lot of parameters that go into this type of discussion. That's why people don't like to talk about it. And I don't think it's just, it's always a necessary evil because it's just, I guess it makes up for good, trash talk. But, you know what I mean? Like, people got to understand, like, what Michael Jordan did compared to what LeBron did. It's really hard to compare them both because like let's say if Michael Jordan doesn't play baseball for that 1.5 year, let's say Michael have even trained more. You know what I mean? Like let's say if let's say Michael I
would like to think the Knicks get one though. Let me
what I mean? Like if Michael Jordan's father doesn't die, there's a lot of parameters that you could put into what went on during Michael Jordan's reign and the type of players that he had to play against because we had the next coming of Michael Jordan right after, bro. We had Kobe. Like, Kobe was no slouch. Like, you know what I mean? We had the Allen Iversons, like, you had the Stephon Marbury's, you know what I mean? Like, and then Michael Jordan had to deal with the Larry Birds and the Magic Johnsons and the Sean Kemps and all these. It's just, I think it's just and it's a different body class and, you know what I mean? It's a different position that they're playing. Like, they say
what's body class?
I mean like body body mass.
I'm drunk right now.
I said the same shit.
I meant like body mass.
I said, it's crazy because Cash. I look at Cash face. Cash like.
I meant body
class.
I meant body mass because like look, body like mass. LeBron's what 6'9", 260. Jordan was what 6'6", 190?
6'6", 209 pounds.
That's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like people always bring up the conversation of
I'm
like,
drunk
yo,
right now.
Yo, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win a one-on-one?
Sunday drunk right now is diabolical.
Yo, welcome to the Sunday.
Early
Sunday, guys. A Sunday drunk right now is diabolical, Q. I love you.
Early.
Yo, Sunset Joe, it's a different body class. Cash tried his hardest to keep a straight face. Said it.
Oh man.
Nah, that's crazy. But nah, I get everything you're saying, and that's we kind of digress and shit. But we should get into that at some point down the line. But man,
we need a whole episode of that.
Yeah, we could all day. That's some shit we gotta bring callers in and all types of shit.
1,000%.
Yeah.
What a good show, man. I love the Sunday shows, man. We'll chop this up later, get it out to the public. We already know what time it is. Real sports talk. We're gonna go out with a shot. Pause.
I just did this.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna be drunk. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
Don't worry. 2:30. You gotta get back into the bed. Pause.
Bro, you know what's crazy? I get out the shower after I speak to y'all. I jump right in the shower. I said, "Yo, I gotta get in the shower." And as I walk by my bed to come, because the my bathroom is off the bedroom, and then the guest bathroom is right here, right? So I'm walking past my bed, and I swear to God, the fucking the comforter, grabbed my leg as I walked by. like, yo, like, don't go. Like, yo, just go back to bed, bro. Like, yo, as I walk by, it was ice cold in there. You know how you ever get out the shower and it's ice cold in your bedroom, and I make the bed as soon as I get out of it. You know, jail mentality, I guess. I don't know, but so I make
it pulls the room together. You can have a messy room, but if the bed is made, it's kind of
and I'm kind of makes it look like it's clean.
I'm a super neat freak, so like the fucking bed looked at me like, yo, just lay back down, dog. It was ice cold in there too. It was beautiful. So as soon as I finish this,
that's it. Order some food.
I'm gonna watch Paradise, the show Paradise on Hulu. They have the show, the fucking Paradise.
Who's in it?
It's like the president or some, not the president, but like the president's not in it, but it's
the dude the president gets killed.
Yeah, some shit like that.
He's a Secret Service guy.
Secret Service. I heard it's amazing, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I started. I'm on the second episode. Yeah.
Oh, you are? Yo, you watched it? How was the first episode?
It's good.
That's it. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. All right.
He's an ex-president with a security with a Secret Service detail, and he gets killed on their watch or some shit like that. Yeah, so
I got a lot of shit to watch now because I gotta watch Gravesend now.
Oh, you doing a shot too, Ash?
Nah. I ain't got nothing here.
So why'd you say are we doing a shot on the way out?
That's tradition. You fucking up tradition.
All right, let's go. I'll do it.
That's it. Let's go.
I owe y'all two.
Yeah, two for flinching. You FaceTime right after.
Word up. All right, peace.
Peace out way of life, y'all. I love y'all.